Hi, it's Cindy Fodor here, and it's Stamp the Love, and it's Monday night, so it is Make It Monday. I am going to just check here really quick for, to make sure that we're coming through okay. Get back to my proper screen, and hope you can pop one and say hello. Have some fun stuff to show you again, of course. I always say that, right? Hopefully it's true.
Again,
all right,
of
there
course.
We go. Oh, I want to check the sound.
Say that, right? Hopefully it's true.
I noticed the last couple times that it sounded a little tinny. I am going to turn my sound down just a tad. I think it's plenty loud. Hey, Linda. Hey, Barbara. Hey, you made it. Very good. Hi, Sylvia. You guys are all popping right on. So, are you guys ready to stamp? I have some stuff to tell you first, and I have my tips for you tonight. And I'm hoping that it'll be helpful for all of us. I tried to do some researching. Hey, Nancy. I wanted to talk to Carol Barr, who's a teammate who used to work in the postal system, but I couldn't get a hold of her today, so I couldn't pick her brain. But hey, Karen, welcome. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. So I'm going to first tell you about some deadlines. So we are at the end of December, which means December, oh my goodness, November, I'm sorry. I'm rushing into December. Which means we have just 2 days, well, a night and a day, for a couple of things. One is it's our last chance to get our great kit, and it's $125 worth of product for just $75, and there is no shipping. So that runs out tomorrow. All right, what else? Eden's Garden. So we had a preview of Eden's Garden, which is going to be in the new catalog coming out, which is fabulous, by the way, which reminds me, it's a great time to get the savings, start with savings. I'm trying to get this to a good where you can see it. Start with savings, because you're going to need the 20% off what you get when you sign up with this kit, because there's a lot of awesome stuff in that new catalog that starts January, and it will be celebration, so it will be free stuff, so all kinds of good things. All right. Anyways, Eden's Garden will be coming out in that catalog, or is in that catalog, which I just got a copy of in the mail today. So that's exciting. But the designer paper and the accessories, the gems and everything, are not going to be carrying over. And I'm not going to show you the paper because I've used it many, many times in the past couple weeks. And if you didn't get addicted to it already, then maybe there's no chance for you. Maybe there's no hope for you. It is so beautiful. And I don't know, I just love paper that has like metallic embossing on it, and it just has the right touch of that. Okay, and the third thing that it's the last chance for is to get in my drawing for a free Stamparatus. And that goes along with my countdown to my million, which unfortunately, folks, I can't open another box tonight because I don't think there were any sales that came in this past week, being that it was Thanksgiving and all. So I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hopefully you got to spend time with family, and we really did have a good time. We got to spend time with my family last Sunday, and then Joel's family on Thanksgiving Day, and then our kids were all home yesterday. So it's just been a really, really blessed time. All right, I think that's it for that. Let me get rid of that. Tips. All right, I'm going to flip to another screen because, and guys, please, hey Muriel, don't hesitate to post questions on here, things that you would like to see me talk about. in my weekly tips. So I want to talk about postage. First, I want to talk about how you can be careful not to have your card too thick. So I looked up the requirements, and 1/4 of an inch, oh, that's not focusing, there we go. 1/4 of an inch is the maximum thickness for a card. So I made this little thing just on my personal cutter, made the cut and moved it over 1/4 of an inch, and cut that out so that I have my own little thing that I can stick cards through. Unfortunately, I didn't make it long enough probably for this card. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I've gotten some Christmas cards in the mail and some other cards. And so I want you to look at this one. I took the return address off because I'm not making anybody feel bad. That's just funny how the post office lets some things through and other things it doesn't. So this she paid an extra for an extra ounce, because if it's over an ounce, you have to pay 20 cents extra. That's not terrible. It's doable. And I do have my little scale here that I use. You can use a kitchen scale, but you can just check it if you're not sure, to see if it's overweight. And of course, it's 1.2 ounces. Okay, so that means that she definitely needed that extra. But I can promise you that this envelope, if I had made this long enough, would not have fit through here. If they had checked this at the post office, it would not have fit through. However, because she put a 2 ounce on it, or the extra 20 cents, I think sometimes that's what I'll do, is I will put extra, a little extra postage on it so that they don't question it as much if I think it might be too thick. Okay, that might be a little trickery, but so I'll pull this out and show you how I have to just sort of force it a little bit, but it's got a calendar on here, so it definitely is not going to slide through. I can't even pull it through. Like, it is not coming through. So that definitely would not have made it, and it would have had to have, I can't get it back out now. It's beautiful. It's a great idea. She had, this is from one of my team members, Jennifer. So she made a card. It's an easel stand, and then of course it has the calendar on the back that's non-holiday, so I can use it all year long. So I thought that was a really cute idea. All right, so she was fortunate because her card should have said non-machinable, like this card did, that I want to tell you was fraudulently charged 88 cents. Though the extra 20 cents they charged her for a card that weighed 0.6 ounces, so easily made it. But she has some dimensionals on here. She's got some rhinestones and beautiful Thanksgiving card from my friend and teammate. But if she had, first of all, not gone to the post office and asked them how much to pay, I'm not sure if that's where this came from. But I think it could have easily gone through with just regular postage. However, something that you can do, and I often do when I have rhinestones or something that could make it feel bulky if they check it, like, so they'll often feel it like this, and if they feel something like that, they'll be, oh, that's non-machinable because it's going to catch. So take a piece of cardstock. I use stuff that's retired that I don't use anymore, and just stick it in there so that when it goes through the machine, it doesn't catch on any of those pieces. And when the person checks it, if they check it at the post office, they're not going to feel lumps that are going to catch. And another thing that people have been using are these real thin sheets. Muru, I think you had some of these, of just a little bit of padding, and you can slide that in there easily, not really add much to your card. I do want to see if this slides through. I know it's going to make it a little tight, but it slides through fairly easily. They do want to see it fall. They want to see it fall right down through when they take it, but that padding does make it a little bit thick for that. But I think maybe there's sheets that are a little thinner than this. Muriel, can you verify that? I know you probably can't see this real well, but this is about a 1/16 of an inch thick, maybe. I think there might be some that are a little bit thinner. If Muriel, if you don't mind, if you're still on, if you could just maybe comment on where you get what you use for your cards. Okay. So this card came from Diana, one of my former teammates, a friend. She had this gold ring on that we sold before. We don't have those anymore, but they're so beautiful. She's got some dimensionals on here, and her card came through without a hitch. Would easily slide through this. So I'm just trying to encourage you that it's okay to put things on your card, and you should easily be able to send them without paying a lot of extra money. Let's get the weight on this once with, yeah, it's only 1/2 ounce, even with that gold metallic piece on there. And Diana sent this card. It's got some dimensional to it, and she didn't need to add extra postage to this. However, she was concerned about some of her other cards that her husband took to the post office, and they told him that he was going to need a lot of extra money. And so I am careful. We talked about, her and I talked about being careful what things you put on. Oh, I meant to turn on this screen so that I could actually talk to you. So just being careful about what, they're not great for mailing. They're good for, you might want to do photos or decor projects or something like that. Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to talk about in postage, and then I promise I will get stamping, because I know that's what you're here for, is mailing in our clear envelopes. So we have Stampin' Up! Sells these clear medium envelopes, and they will fit, let me find where I have this closed. So they will fit a card, or they will fit a card and an envelope. So sometimes if you have gotten a card from me, I may have said inside that I'm sending this card and I'm not signing it so that you can reuse it. And at Connie and Jody's event the other week, somebody mentioned that an envelope will fit in here. And I had never tried that before, and I was really excited to know that, because that way I can give them an envelope also so that they can send it, and they'll have something to send it with. So I just wanted to mention, hey Talara, I just wanted to mention that in order to get the address on here, your labels on here, you can put, you can add an extra sheet in the back and put like your return address and the address, or you could put a Post-it note inside on that envelope. This would have to go inside, okay? Just sticking it there so that you can see it, and I could put all the information on here. Or you could take and, I don't think I have any, and just put a label on the outside here with the information. So I couldn't find any rulings against using a clear envelope. I think they might not love it, but I don't think they can say that you can't use them. But again, the same rules would apply. It would have to slide through that 1/4 inch slot, and you know, to fit within the parameters. I did want to say that it's not, so if your card is too thick, it's not just going to cost you an extra 20 cents. It's going to cost you more than that, because they have to hand do it. It's not, what did that envelope say? Not machinable. When it's not machinable, it costs more than 20 cents. 20 cents is just for the extra ounce, so it's 20 cents an ounce over the 1 ounce. So, all right. Did anybody else have questions that I failed to answer? I tried to be pretty inclusive with all that information. Hi, Barbara. Okay, so from card to scrapbook page. So on Demonstrator Planning Place, my friend Alana Wharf from, I'm going to pull this card off of here, and it's sticking, from Canada, met her at convention a couple years. She had posted this card, and I have this up here because it's going to go on the scrapbook page, but this really cute card done with a lot of different things, and I'm going to show you what all of them are, and we're going to walk through it. And I forgot that my camera does not like white, so I apologize. I will keep that away a little bit. I think it'll focus better when it's not in the light. But anyways, I might just zoom this in. I won't get it as close to the light that way. Oh, that's the wrong zoom. I almost zoomed me in. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you how I did this card, and then I'm going to put it together as a scrapbook page. Thank you, Barbara. All right. I am going to scoot to this screen. All right. So I'm going to show you the supplies that I used first. So the paper was the paper from this Hostess packet. Isn't that gorgeous? Pattern DSP or something. So this is the paper that I use right here, this check. And I did use a retired product too, and you can just guess what it is because you know what I like, in order to get the color on there. You could sponge it on, but I did with something that was a little quicker. Now, what else did I use? All of this stuff. Okay, so I used this for the scrapbook page. So I'm using the letters that are from the Word Wishes dies, and you'll see that in a minute. I used this big frame here from Christmas season, from the Painted Christmas Suite. It's Seasonal Labels dies. And then I used the bear, this cute little bear, from the Arctic Bears, and then I used the trees from Whimsical Trees. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I showed you all of those because I often forget to do that. Okay, so I'm going to grab some scrap paper here, and I'm going to show you how I colored this paper. I did the big piece already. It tends to, you have to really let it sit and dry a little bit after you get the color on. I don't know if you can see, I'm wearing a lot of it on my hands, and I've scrubbed and scrubbed them to try to get it off with no avail. So I'm going to do the small piece for the card, and I'm using our old sponge brayer. Yes, I loved how she added the cork trees, and that was probably what grabbed my attention. Maybe it was the cute black bear. I'm not sure which one it was, but okay. And I told her I was going to turn it into a scrapbook page, so I hope she's honored when she sees it. I'm trying not to touch the paper too much because it's going to just get all over me. Alright, so there you can see we've just turned it into a red check or buffalo check, red buffalo check instead of black and white. And I could make it any color that I want. So you can still get that paper. It is in the catalog. It's in the Hostess section with a $150 order, or as part of my club, or if you want to have a party yourself, you can get that for free. Actually, you might have to pay a couple dollars, but it's a Hostess gift. I think it might be $18 for the paper, and so you only get 15 with a $150 order. So if your order was $180, you would get it for free. Okay, just to clarify. All right, so I'm going to start laying out my page, and I chose white cardstock. I didn't want to choose white. I wanted actually a white page and a black page, but we have no black 12 by 12. So please, please ask Stampin' Up! to get us some black 12 by 12. All right, so here's the rest of my pieces. So I've got my bears cut out. I have my trees cut out of the cork. Yeah, isn't that a cool use for the cork? I just thought that was the greatest idea. I also have some 4 by 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 pieces to lay my pictures on. So I have those cut ahead. So let's work on the card first. So what I wanted to do with this, I wanted to spatter it, and if you watched one of my videos, I tried to spatter something and it was a terrible, like, it was just awful. I think it soaked into the paper. I think that's what happened. I'm going to scoot that aside because you know I'm going to make a mess. So I'm going to try this. I did it on this card and it worked out good. I'm going to just take my my black Stampin' Right marker. That actually comes, if you buy the whole set of markers, it comes with all of the colors. Because I just got one of those as half price, and I was happy to have a second set of markers. So I'm going to just take it off the cap and just go like this. So I'm just spattering it like that. Hopefully you can see the spatter that got on there. I can't speak to what it does to the tip, if it's going to mess up the tip when I do that. It doesn't feel like it does, but I'm hoping that it doesn't. Okay, so we've got that on there, and I'm going to stamp. It's the best time of the year. That was from, I didn't bring that set in. That was Peaceful Deer, I think. That's from Peaceful Deer. I forgot to tell you that. That has some great sayings in it. And somewhere here I have a little strip. I'm going to stamp that. She used a different saying, and I didn't have that one. Can you imagine? From Jolly something, Jolly Greetings, I think it was, she had used. All right, so I'm just going to give this a little snip here. All right, so now we can start layering. I'm going to layer my red piece on my card, and then we're going to tie some cord around it from our Baker's Twine Essentials pack. So I'm going to use the white. I probably should have pulled out the end. There we go. Okay. So here's this red piece. I'm trying not to touch it because I don't need to get red on my card. All right. And yes, I'm touching it now. Looks like I have that cut a little crooked. All right. I'm just hoping I don't get red on my hands because it's going to mess up my card. Let me just figure how much of this I need, and I'm going to cut it off before I tie it around there. Okay. I'm going to try to hold the white part instead of the red part. I'm going to wrap it twice. And then I'm just going to scoot it down to right above the check paper. And those of you that come to my classes in at my house, this is the scrapbook page for those that make scrapbook pages. It's going to be something like this anyways. I'm using this idea to design the project for that. So, okay, now we're ready to put this in place. And you can pop this up with dimensionals. I did not. I don't know why I didn't. Just didn't. And the spattering, that we gave that time to dry, fortunately. Otherwise, that could have smeared easily. And then the dies for the trees, there are two different ones. So we're going to use one tall one. You can see the tall, skinny one. And then we're going to use two of the thicker ones. I did think about putting our adhesive sheets behind here before I ran it through, and then I forgot to do that. Whoops, that's coming out really good. I think that will be enough for a couple of trees. We'll share that a little bit. Okay. I'm going to pop these on here and hope that I like where they're at. Get a little smeary there with my glue. And then one more. Try not to be quite so generous with that one. And then our bear, I will pop him up with some dimensionals. All right. And I didn't do anything special with him, just cut him out of the black cardstock. Okay, and then this will get popped up here. Now, I could put it anywhere on my card. She had hers here. That would be cute. But because I turned it into a scrapbook page, I wanted it to come off of the card a little bit so that it didn't look so much like a card. Okay? And then that will get layered onto my card base, which I'm not going to do since I'm turning it into a scrapbook page. And I am going to just try to erase the messy glue that I got here. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our page again. It looks like I got some pink on there, so I think that will be the bottom of my page. So this is going to go here, and then I'm going to layer my two photo spots. Now, of course, if you're a scrapbooker, you might want to put more than 2 pictures on a page, and you certainly can do that. But when I'm designing a page for people before they actually make their before they actually get their pictures on it, I have to sort of think where you might put a card. Now, I was going to put a strip of black the whole way across here, but remember what I said? We don't have any black 12 by 12. So we are going to make black to fit using our 11-inch paper and just slipping it under where the photo is going to go. And nobody's going to know that it's not going the whole way across. Trick, trick. Tricky, tricky. Okay, and then little bear guy is going to go here. And I'm going to put a couple more trees here. I think I'll just do 2. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do 2 or 3. I have 3. But you can tell me what you think. I was thinking this. Oh, I forgot to put my black matte dots on here. Oh, I can't forget that. That's the coolest part. They just really make your card pop, don't they? I just love these. Okay, so let me pop a few of those on here. And typically, you know, we talked about mailing. I think that the big ones are just a little too high for a card. So if I was doing a card, I would not put this big ones on there. But since it's a scrapbook page, I'm not as afraid to do so. So I'm going to pop a couple of these on here. All right. Then, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking, wouldn't it be funny to put a couple matte black dots down here behind the bear? Is that tacky? You guys tell me if that's tacky. I was thinking it would be fun to add some more to the page, but yeah, maybe that's a little tacky. Bear poop. Bear's pooping in the forest. As long as he stays in the forest, right? Okay, so basically this is, let me get this ribbon down here. This is my page idea. That will go across here, like so. This will be like here. Now let me just zoom out here so that you can see the whole thing. scoot it down a little bit. All right, so hopefully you can see that. Now, for the second page, your grandsons would love the poop in the... yeah, the boys would like it, right? My hunting guys would think that was pretty cool. All right, so of course when I do a scrapbook layout, I need 2 pages. So my thought for the other page was actually putting this on the other page, and let me grab that here, and doing it like this. I'm going to scoot this off. Well, I'll leave that there. I'll put this one over here. And this being my first page, putting this on this side instead of on the other one. And then I did another piece, and I cut that Christmas Day. I did put my adhesive sheets on the back, so I can just peel that off and just stick it right on there. I did have trouble sticking it to the piece that I had just put color on, and I did have to press it down good to get that to stay. But I didn't want to put Merry Christmas. I don't know. I thought that was too long, so I couldn't decide exactly. This page isn't done yet, so if you guys have any ideas, it's still a work in progress. So that's going to look something like that with some adjustments. Okay, you like the bear poop. All right, I might have to do that. Got two votes for it. And then this, of course, won't be doubled. You won't get that on there twice. So there'll be room to add a few more pictures or any, whatever else that you want to add for a page. I apologize that. And I think that's why nobody ever shows the second page, because you can't ever see, I'm trying to get it to focus, there we go. You can't ever see them all in a photo, so it's a little hard to tell. But anyways, there's a little bear, and then we'll add the bear poop trail. I'll put this back on here so that you can see how nicely that goes with this red and black. Isn't it so cool? All right. That's it, guys. That's all I have tonight. I hope that it inspires you to maybe scrapbook some of your memories, or make some memories that you can scrapbook. It's always fun to... My grandson was telling me about things that he remembered. He's 4. And I was like, how's he remembering that? And my son said, oh, we were looking at pictures. And that's... I remember that distinctly when my kids would tell me that they remember things. It was often because I showed them pictures. So pictures are very important. And sometimes when they just stick on our phone, they don't really get much use. So thank you, Linda. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Don't forget, if you are a customer and you need to place an order before the deadline of tomorrow night, you can do so. And here's my website, and here's the host code for this month, ZQGQ27JF, and that will get you in the drawing, and it will get you any of the other free things that I'm giving away for this month. All right, and if you want to know what that is, message me, and I will make sure you know. Okay? All right, take care. Have a good night.